If you are 70 to 80 years old, 3 types of places, 3 types of birthdays, and 3 types of clothes to avoid wisdom for the golden years: attire, celebrations, and places to avoid. As we move through the ages of 70 to 80, life invites us to embrace a new rhythm, one that is quieter yet deeply meaningful. At this stage, there are choices we make about what we wear, how we celebrate, and where we go that echo the wisdom of the ancients. These choices aren't arbitrary. They reflect the essence of a life well lived, one that prioritizes simplicity, comfort, and serenity. The wisdom of elders suggests: avoid adding new clothes at 70, skip grand birthday celebrations at 80, and refrain from building new houses at 60. Moreover, avoid frequent visits to grave sites at 70. These recommendations might seem mundane or overly cautious at first glance, but they carry profound truths. They speak to the shifts in mindset and priorities that naturally accompany aging, underscoring a life that has been tempered by experience and filled with unique philosophies shaped by both triumphs and challenges. 3 types of places to avoid: navigating the world with grace. As we grow older, the way we navigate the world changes. Our steps may slow, and our sense of adventure might shift to align with our physical and emotional needs. This isn't about limiting ourselves, but about making thoughtful choices that keep us safe and bring us peace. Graveyards, honoring memories without deepening pain. Visiting the graves of our loved ones can evoke a deep sense of connection, but also a profound sadness. The sorrow that comes with these visits can sometimes linger, turning into a heavy burden that darkens our days. As we grow older, frequent trips to graveyards can intensify feelings of loss and grief, and can even lead to a heavier emotional toll than we realize. Instead, consider creating a small space at home, a memorial table with photos, a candle, or a cherished memento that allows you to honor your loved ones in a way that feels comforting without necessarily visiting the grave. After all, those we have lost live on in our hearts, not just in a particular physical place. By allowing ourselves the flexibility to remember them in other meaningful ways, we cultivate a softer space for both our memories and our emotions. Avoiding places of questionable reputation. In our golden years, we have earned the right to enjoy life in the way that feels best for us. However, it is also important to protect the dignity we have cultivated over a lifetime. Places of ill repute, those that might bring shame or discomfort, not only to ourselves, but also to those who love us, are best avoided. These environments could lead to misunderstandings, loss of respect, or even danger. Our actions carry weight, and the choices we make reflect not just on us, but on our children, our grandchildren, and those who have stood by us. A quiet walk in the park, an afternoon spent reading in a favorite nook, or time with friends and family brings a kind of joy that is far deeper and more enduring than the thrill of a questionable place. This is a time to revel in wholesome pleasures that affirm the values we have lived by, and to find comfort in the enduring stability of what we know and trust. Minimizing risks in unfamiliar places. The allure of adventure does not fade with age, but we must temper it with caution. Unfamiliar places can present unexpected risks, falls, getting lost, or simply the stress of navigating a new environment. This does not mean we must never venture out. It simply means we should do so thoughtfully. It may mean planning an outing more thoroughly, or being selective about when and where we travel. Bringing along a younger companion, sticking to familiar places, or ensuring we have a way to communicate with loved ones are small but impactful steps that can make a big difference. In our golden years, we have learned the importance of balance. enjoying new experiences while safeguarding our well-being. Such thoughtful considerations allow us to continue exploring without compromising our safety or our peace of mind. Rule 1. Quality over quantity. By the time we reach 70, we have learned that life is best enjoyed through what brings genuine comfort. The allure of cheap bargains may have drawn us in during our younger days, but with age comes the realization that true value lies in quality. Picture a soft, well-tailored shirt, one that feels like a gentle embrace against the skin, free from discomfort or irritation. This isn't mere indulgence, it's an expression of self-respect. Clothing made from breathable, durable materials brings comfort not just to the body, but also to the soul, allowing us to move through our days with ease and confidence. Have you ever found yourself caught in an uncomfortable garment, wishing for something softer? Perhaps these experiences teach us that while bargains may save dollars, they often cost us comfort. As we age, our skin may become more sensitive, and the importance of soft, well-made clothing becomes paramount. It's not just about avoiding irritation. It's about embracing the small luxuries that remind us we deserve care and comfort every single day. Rule 2. Embrace elegant simplicity. Dressing elegantly does not mean we need to follow every passing trend. It is about recognizing what suits us best and finding joy in simplicity. At this stage in life, it's liberating to let go of trying to look youthful and instead embrace the grace of our own maturity. Grandchildren might look delightful in the latest fashion trends, but for us, wearing something classic, a garment that is neither too revealing nor too loud, allows us to embody a sense of inner peace. There is grace in wearing what feels right, what feels like us, without the need for approval from anyone else. A crisp, button-down shirt, a soft sweater, or a well-fitted pair of slacks. These are pieces that transcend trends and speak to who we are. What's your go-to outfit that speaks to both comfort and dignity? These choices are personal, but in their simplicity, they carry a universal beauty that speaks of wisdom, confidence, and the kind of elegance that never goes out of style. Rule 3. Cleanliness and pride. No matter the price tag of a garment, nothing compares to the simple elegance of clothing that is clean, well-maintained, and worn with pride. There is something deeply moving about an elderly person, dressed neatly, who moves through the world with grace. Their very presence speaks volumes, commanding respect without the need for words. A clean and tidy appearance conveys care, not just for oneself, but also for the people one interacts with. And that's what dressing well in our golden years is about, a gentle expression of love and respect, both for oneself and for others. Cleanliness signifies self-discipline and a commitment to personal pride. It's an unspoken way of saying, I matter. Picture an elderly person, their clothes pressed, their shoes polished, engaging with the world with a quiet strength that speaks louder than words. Such dedication to maintaining a presentable appearance uplifts not only the individual, but also those around them, creating an atmosphere of respect and warmth. Embracing the wisdom of our years. Aging is not about decline, it is about transformation. It is about letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing what does. It's about understanding that some battles no longer need to be fought and some burdens can be set down. To foster open communication with our children, to share our hopes, our fears, our wishes for this stage of life. This is how we remain connected. Surrounding ourselves with those who uplift us, who inspire us with their optimism, helps us to stay young at heart. Aging is not about giving up on joy, but about redefining it, finding it in the small things, in the warmth of a loved one's hand, in the laughter shared over a simple meal. As we conclude this reflection on the wisdom of our later years, let us remember that life is not measured by the grandeur of our celebrations or the number of places we visit. It is measured by the depth of our relationships, by the moments of peace we find, by the ways in which we continue to grow, even now. Each day brings with it an opportunity for grace, for connection, and for the quiet joys that enrich our lives in ways that cannot be quantified. If these reflections resonate with you, if you too see the value in the simple joys of life, let us continue to walk this path together. Let us celebrate not just birthdays, but every day, finding beauty in our surroundings, in our connections, in ourselves. May our days be filled with safety, love, and quiet joys, whether it is a birthday or simply another beautiful day in the life we have lived. What have you learned in your golden years? How have your views on celebrations, attire, or even the places you visit changed over time? Share your wisdom so we may all learn together, supporting one another on this journey of aging with grace, dignity, and an open heart. 3 types of birthdays to reconsider, finding meaning beyond the celebration. Birthday celebrations hold a special place in our lives. They mark the passing of time and offer moments to gather with loved ones. Yet, as we enter our golden years, the significance of such celebrations begins to shift. Rather than grand gestures, there is an emerging wisdom that says perhaps the true value lies in smaller, more intimate gatherings, or sometimes in quiet reflection. Health takes priority. Imagine you are recovering from an illness, something serious that has left your body weak. The idea of hosting a grand birthday party might sound exhausting and perhaps unnecessary. In these moments, we can find greater value in the presence of those who truly matter, a close family member, a dear friend. A warm cup of tea shared in the quiet of your home can hold more meaning than the grandest banquet. There is profound beauty in simple, heartfelt moments where we feel cared for and cherished. Have you ever experienced a birthday that was stripped of extravagance but rich in love and warmth? These are the moments that stay with us, resonating deeper than any lavish celebration. Sometimes the best gift we can receive is the peace of a calm, unhurried day spent with those who bring light into our lives. When finances are tight. There is no shame in recognizing our limitations. In our younger years, we may have wanted to host lavish celebrations, perhaps to prove something to ourselves or others. But now, at 80, there is beauty in frugality, not as a denial of joy, but as an expression of knowing what truly matters. When money is tight, why add to the strain with a large birthday banquet? Instead, a simple gathering, a shared meal, or even just a heartfelt conversation can bring more joy and connection than an elaborate event that weighs heavy on the heart and wallet. True celebration is found not in what we spend, but in the love we share. It's an opportunity to demonstrate that joy does not have to be costly. In fact, the quiet joys, such as hearing a grandchild laugh or sharing an old memory with a loved one, are often the most meaningful. They are gentle reminders that contentment is not in grandeur, but in simplicity, sincerity, and love. When grief casts its shadow. The loss of a child is a pain that words cannot capture, a grief that stays quietly, sometimes sharp, sometimes dull, but ever present. In such moments, celebrating birthdays in the traditional way may feel out of place. The laughter and joy that once filled the room now feel distant, and the absence of a loved one becomes more pronounced. It is in times like these that we can find solace in simplicity, perhaps lighting a candle, sharing a memory, or simply spending the day in quiet contemplation. These gestures allow us to honor both the joy of life and the weight of our loss, without forcing a happiness we may not truly feel. The day can become a celebration of what was shared rather than what is lost, allowing space for both grief and love to coexist. Perhaps a walk through a favorite garden, the quiet reading of a book that brought solace, or even simply sitting by a window watching the world can serve as a meaningful reminder of our journey. 3 types of clothes to avoid in your golden years: the art of simple elegance. The way we dress in our later years goes beyond mere fashion. It becomes an embodiment of how we honor ourselves and those around us. Dressing is no longer about impressing or attracting. Instead, it's about reflecting a state of mind that values comfort, dignity, and understated elegance.